Hello, everybody.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and today I'm here with Garrett. We're actually about to go walk through a duplex that Garrett has under contract. Now, we're getting this under contract for Jack, Graham Steffen's secretary, but if he doesn't buy it, Garrett's gonna buy it, and if Garrett doesn't buy it, then I'm gonna buy it. So we're gonna go walk through, run through the numbers, and do all of that fun stuff. So
I feel strongly that we need to switch up your intro for a couple of these videos. That was the hello YouTube.
With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Garrett actually got this under contract, I think 2 weeks ago. I'll be honest with you, it has been freaking hard to find deals in our market right now. However, Garrett's a straight up G. How did you find this? I know this is an off market deal.
This one's through a property manager. It's actually from Luke.
Oh, very cool.
That's actually how I found the last like 4 or 5 properties that we've bought, is just through connections with property managers. I think it's an avenue that a lot of people kind of take for granted. They're just the guy that manages properties, but these guys manage 400 or 500 units, and so they know their stuff, and by default they know people who own properties and eventually want to sell.
The other thing we wanted to point out, if you look at these other homes, they've actually been really well taken care of. This portion is a really nice area, and a lot of these are, dude,
That's a good sign.
How do you go wrong? You know you're in a good place or a bad place, depending on what kind of tenant you are.
Built-in security system.
Yeah, that'll actually help us to get the kind of tenant that we want. So this area though, it's right on the outskirts of some pretty ghetto stuff. I actually really enjoy picking up property here because it's nice, it looks nice, it is a little safer, but you go a couple blocks that way and it's definitely a little more on the ghetto side. So this area is really nice, and we're excited about our ability to increase rents and make this a killer rental.
Yes, indeed.
Say that again, I cut you off.
Yes, indeed we are.
One more time.
Indeed, we are enthused by this property.
All right, dude, do your thing.
And what am I doing here?
You know what it is.
Do you want to hear trains at all hours of the night?
That's actually not what I was gonna have you do.
Oh, what was I doing?
Just smashing the like button. That part.
Smash the like button. Like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot. Your generosity is appreciated.
Guys, I don't know if you've caught on, but me and Garrett have had some very, very, very busy days. We're ramping up for 500 plus sales reps to go out. We're getting housing for them. We're dealing with all of that. If you want a job, we are still hiring. We've got a couple spots open. However, we are exhausted and it is early in the morning. We came to look at this property and we still have a long day ahead of us. So if we're looking a little low energy, just smash the like button because heaven knows we need it. All right, Yogi, you can do your train joke.
Do you want to live by a train station and hear their horns all hours of the night? This is the perfect rental property for you. 6 out of 10 sleep experts say that decreases your level of sleep. It's got Christmas lights. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, you know you're in the right place. Yogi owns like 5 different companies, and one of them is a Christmas light business.
These guys did quality work. It's not our business, but they did quality work.
Yeah, we'll switch them over, I would hope, once you own the place.
I will not be paying for that, no.
So you can see this is actually a back door for the upstairs unit that comes from the kitchen. This is the front door, and then the downstairs unit is over here. So this takes you downstairs, and we're actually getting the inspection done with these trusty inspectors. They always know what they're doing, right? Now, just to give you a quick rundown, Garrett and I have both purchased a lot of properties, but we always get an inspection done. It's just super helpful to make sure that you're not missing anything, and it's super helpful when you're trying to renegotiate on a deal or try and get certain things fixed if you have an official inspection. Don't cut corners, just pay for the inspection. Even if you've done this for 20 years, I'll probably still pay for an inspection because there's always that risk of missing something, and for a couple $100, it's worth it to get another pair of eyes on it so you can make sure you're not missing anything.
If nothing else as well, it gives you like a honey-do list of things that you need to be aware of over the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I think it does. It adds validity to going back and trying to get things lowered, which I usually try to do, but you're right. It's kind of a list you can give to your property manager and say, hey, I want this done this year, I want this done in the next 2 years, I want this done right now. So you can see this actually has a 2-car garage in the back. That's for the upstairs tenant.
I believe so, yeah.
And then we've got parking for days, which is huge for a duplex. And this is a legit duplex. So everything's separate with utilities. That also puts it in a good place so you're not having to share and then have us pay for it and then split it up. I love having separate so you can get the tenants to put their name in utilities. Now, it also is absurdly clean, and I was actually hesitant on this because I felt like the numbers were pretty tight. However, after being in it, I think this has a ton of potential. Maybe give us the rundown on everything in the property.
Yeah, so the purchase price is $260, well, $264, but they're paying $4,000 of our closing costs, which is high.
Which, by the way, I would always prefer a higher purchase price and then taking off the closing costs, because that's going to actually increase your cash on cash return. $4,000 towards purchase price is not as good as $4,000 towards closing costs.
It makes a big difference. So people always think you should just get the price as low as you can, but I always offer above and then get closing costs.
I always offer below and then get closing costs.
Not true. Well, yeah, probably true. In this market, if this thing if this hit the MLS, it would get 5 or 6 offers and probably go for, I think, $275, $285. So I think we're getting a really good deal.
Supposed to turn with the camera.
Talking without speaking.
Oh, sorry. I'm still new to this solo video thing. I feel like you should be in the frame with me.
So how many bedrooms upstairs?
3 bedrooms upstairs.
How many downstairs?
2 bedrooms downstairs.
And then a bathroom in each?
Yeah, and right now it's only rented at like $1,200 total, which is incredibly low. We'll cover the mortgage with that, but not a whole lot more.
This is an interesting property because the upstairs, we just walked through it. Upstairs can easily get 12, maybe 1,300. It's a 3-bedroom apartment, super clean, super nice. Downstairs can easily get $8 to $850. So we're pretty confident this should be, $2,000 to $2,050 compared to the $1,200 that it's at right now. Taxes and insurance are both super low. I think we're under $2,000 on taxes. Insurance is going to be like $300. And so according to our calculations, we think we can take this from an absurdly low cash flow and bring it up to probably close to a 9% cash on cash return. The other thing is there's no real maintenance. So you could probably run maintenance at 10% compared to my usual 12, just because it's super clean. So when Garrett showed this to me and said rents were at $1,200, I was hesitant. However, hearing 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom, I'm actually feeling really good about this. Is a good deal. Instantly, we're gonna have a ton of equity, and I really do think it's gonna be a great deal.
Yeah, I think a year ago, what's crazy about the Idaho real estate market right now is a year ago this probably would have sold for under 200 easily. Maybe even 185, 190. So yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's so insane. It pains both me and Garrett. We're gonna see if Jack ends up going through with it. Jack is a total stud. A couple of months back on the podcast, he asked me if I would find him a property. So I went to Garrett and said, hey, Garrett, will you find him a property?
Turns out I do all of Chandler's dirty work.
And we've been looking the last couple of months, but this is probably the best deal that we've run into. So it pains both of us to let it go, but if Jack doesn't jump on it, we've got 2 backups.
Yeah, we've also got a bunch of sales reps that are hungry to get into stuff, so someone will take it. Are you a farmer that wants to live in the city? Well, here at Yogi or Jack's Properties, we've got your own planter boxes, built-in garden for my farming community.
Half off.
Half off.
You always forget half off.
I always forget.
Actually, double the price.
Double the price. Garden boxes.
All right, guys, so we've given you a rundown of the inside. Both tenants are absolutely incredible. And because of that, well, not because of that, always, you never are going to increase rents while they're in their lease. This is always going to be something you're going to give them 30-day notice, and it's the end of their lease. So if we've got, how much longer do we have on both these leases?
The owner actually, so according to Luke, the property manager, the owner's really good friends with both of the tenants.
Okay.
And so he signed a lease with them through July.
Okay.
Before he decided to sell it to us.
So you could lock them in on those low rents.
He hooked them up for a few months.
So this is one of those things that I think scares some people away. For me, it's like, dude, if you can pay the mortgage till July, it's still a great investment. You're gonna get equity in the meantime, and then you're gonna turn it into a cash cow once it gets here. So this literally is one of those things where it's funny how many people don't add value to property. So a lot of people pass over a property like this because they're not willing to say, hey, like, this is what rents are at, but they should be at this. They're just like, oh, this is what rents are at, so I'm not gonna buy it. So if you take advantage of recognizing and understanding your markets, that you can come in and say, holy cow, there's a ton of value to be added to this property, then you can jump all over it. The unfortunate part about this market, they're selling, close to market value, even though their rents are nowhere close to market value. And we're gonna pay it because we know that close to market value, we can then increase rents to where market value is, and still it's a great value add property, even though the first couple of months it's kind of a crappy deal.
Yeah, it's hard when you're in a seller's market like this. I'm a real estate agent too. I don't work a ton as a real estate agent, but buyers always want to get a deal. And honestly, when you're in a market like this, pretty much anything is a deal if you can get it under contract, because everything gets 10 offers.
All right, guys, so we ran the numbers with what we think rents can be. This is gonna come in at a 9% cash on cash return once we get rents where they need to be. It's an incredible deal, and now it's just time to wait and see who's gonna end up purchasing it. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell. We'll look forward to seeing you in the future video, where our goal is to help you to build a huge passive income. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.